Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to GGW Ragnarok. Hell, in a Mercedes-Benz Superdome, we all hail
The Silver Dome.
in a jam-packed stadium. Here on the pre-show panel, allow me to introduce my colleagues. To my right, he goes without needing no introduction, but he is a Hall of Fame commentator. Please welcome Wolf Roberts.
Yeah.
To my left, he's the master of the lamb and the brother of the sisterhood. Please welcome Brendan Matthews.
Yeah.
And last, but certainly not least, he just hit his big parlay. He is Scott the Money Gun. How you doing, Scott?
First things first, I want to say you got your directions mixed up. Actually, you're looking forward, so your left would be your right. But yeah, we're doing good.
Embarrassing. Hey, I see. You actually look good for once. Good to see. You're not like beating up anything. Yeah. You're not.
Oh,
You're not doing any more betting, right?
we're doing all the betting tonight.
God damn it, Scott!
Dude, Scott, you still owe me from Supremacy, man. But that's nonetheless, you know what I mean?
Hey, I made the money back. I'll take you out to dinner after.
Speaking of money, I'm looking like $1,000,000 right now. Ooh.
You don't even got a shirt on, but yeah.
Yeah,
We should
because
get to
I'm ripped as fuck. Look at me. Come on, man.
Actually, you do have. What's that? You do have a shirt on. What's what is that? No, I'm not even gonna quit. No, under it. Yeah.
Okay.
Just a little flap
It's
around
my body.
but,
My body.
you know what? Yeah, we should get to our prediction.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about this card tonight. Here on night one, and also how beautiful it is to be here in a sold-out Mercedes-Benz Superdome. And I am being told that we have very, very special people in attendance. Take a look down in the front row. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the starting quarterback of your Atlanta Falcons, Michael Penix Jr.
Oh, God.
That kind of sucks.
Special invitation from the Illuminati. Please welcome Joe Caspo Jr.
Oh.
Shit.
Along
Classy man.
with Kenji Kawashima here in attendance, ladies and gentlemen.
God.
And also, Wednesday night, all in attendance, here right behind the commentation station, the entire Golden Star Tournament, all here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about what we have for you. Our main event, Jack Rockefeller and Tony DeBois for the King of Genesis Championship. Along with our pre-main event, Illuminati Wolves, Joshua Blaze, Hollywood Hanson, finally going one-on-one. Can't forget the technical assassin, AJ Cannon, making his return to GGW as he takes on the Kentama King, Suarioba. Aiden Elios, the lightweight GOAT, taking on Elijah Free Throw Starks, the champion, who will walk out with the title. And once in a lifetime, the ace of PCW, Leo Jackson, taking on the ace of EPW, Jay Sameless. And opening contest, is a triple threat tag team ladder match as the Illuminati defends the GGW World Tag Team Championships against Killswitch Protocol and a mystery team. And ladies and gentlemen, I'll allow my colleagues to give their opinions on tonight's matches.
Well, do we want to start from the bottom or do we want to go to the top?
Start up from the bottom now, yeah. Sorry.
You beat me to it. No, I was gonna.
That's like so 10 years ago. But yes.
You're like 10 years ago.
But,
Alright. Well, let's. Who wants to talk about the first match first?
I mean, let's talk about it. We don't even know one of the teams.
That is true. You know what I gotta say about the tag division so far? It feels like it's getting destroyed, not in a sense of competitive instinct, more like corruption, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean,
100%. I don't think there's any argument to be had when it comes to that.
I feel like every tag team that we have had go up against these godforsaken tag champions has been screwed over in some way.
yeah, it's definitely not been an enviable situation for the tag division as of late. But hey, let's see it this way. This could be, I mean, surprises being in order. I mean, who's to say that this surprise team doesn't surprise us tonight? Maybe turn this all around and make it something a bit more worthwhile.
And you can even say that the mystery, of course, we don't know the exact reason, but Young Grit is no longer being an active team leading up to Ragnarok. Best luck to them. But to be quite honest, I feel like I know what happened. And it doesn't smell anything better for the tag division with the goddamn Illuminati running full circle.
Indeed. But something that needs to be taken into account, this is a ladder match as well. It's really in the air. And literally and
Is it really?
figuratively.
Not speaking from a literally and figuratively standpoint. Let's be real here, all right? The Illuminati have been tag champs for quite some time right now. They practically run this whole popsicle stand, sadly. A ladder match, there's no disqualification. Who the hell knows what can happen within that scenario?
I mean, you're completely right. What if, like, for example, one of the teams is climbing the ladder, and then, boom, Kei Sasaki, I don't know, someone from the Illuminati they connect her right to the scene.
Yeah, that's very true. Or, Joshua Blaze has that miraculous power. What if the team is climbing up there that's not the Illuminati, and he's telling the crew to raise it up higher to where they can't even reach it? You know what I'm saying?
But here's the thing, and we'll talk about this match later, but I think there's a smarter plan going on in the Illuminati right now. And for me, when it comes to this, I think we're going to see the first crack, gentlemen. I think we're going to see the first crack of a hope. I think tonight, that mystery opponent, that mystery team, it's going to save the company, I'll tell you.
Gentlemen, I'm being told that this time we get to our next topic.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
I think our consensus is mystery team.
And then we...
One thing real fast.
Oh.
Roberts, I'm being told if you want to keep your job, you need to lighten up on the words you say.
Okay. Next up. Oh, dear God.
Jackson and Shameless.
This is what people call a dream match, but you want to know what I call this? I call this Omni-Man versus Superman. Two guys that can absolutely destroy each other in the ring with so much prowess. One being an old spanking veteran that can still go, and Jay Shameless, who was out for revenge.
Listen, I'm going to be honest here. Unless Superman is like really old and decrepit at this point in time, I don't think that was the right analogy to go with here. Listen, I don't want to nag on Leo Jackson here, but you know what I'm saying? He's clearly getting up there, and from what we've seen, in a sense, he's kind of slowing down. Despite the Chiro, despite teaming with the Illuminati at the War Games, you know what I'm saying? Everything along those lines. Even what happened at Fortune, he made it all the way to the very end before his body gave up on him. Do you really think that his body can withstand the rage induced that Jay Shameless has? I honestly think we're going to see a murder on our hands. I think Jay Shameless is going to kill him.
From what I've been told, Leo Jackson came out to challenge Jay Shameless due to the fact that Leo Jackson has been hired by Joshua Blaze to take care of the Jay Shameless problem that has been nagging the Illuminati. And there's one thing about Leo that you can always admit. In anything that he does, in any adventure he partakes in, he gets the job done. We can't look too lately on the infamous. Scott, you're a personal commentator. What do you say?
I'll say this. Superman versus Omni-Man's a bad analogy. We both know that if it's anything, it's Omni-Man versus Homelander. But
Right, okay.
That might have
We're
been
not
close
looking
to
at
my
analogies here. We're angering a lot of fans.
okay, but if we want to really get into the nitty-gritty, I think that Jay Shameless has had more recent success. I think Jay Shameless has had a bit more fortune, per se. However, I will lean more towards an argument we made earlier for the latter match. I think it's a lot more applicable with a solos match. There's a lot less intangibles. It's a lot easier to interfere. I think if any match is going to be in the favor of somebody else, I think it's going to be this match. I think that Leo Jackson is the pick that you should put your money on. You know, DraftKings, if you're listening, that's the personal pick for yours truly. But yeah,
Can we move on?
what's your prediction,
Listen,
Brendan?
my prediction is as easy as it goes. All right, you got somebody pissed off and hungry, waiting for a chance to strike, and that is exactly what he did towards, you know what I'm saying, a few of the Illuminati members. I honestly think, going off what Wolf said earlier, we could potentially see a crack. Even if Leo Jackson is a hitman for hire, he's still aligned with them in some way, shape, or form.
Well, you want to know what I also have to say, and this is sadly going into the cons of Jay Shameless's playbook. When he gets in his emotions, he starts to slip up. Let me give a good example to you, gentlemen. And this will get to my prediction, and maybe we can move on. But when Jay Shameless fought Evan McCarthy in a singles match, not for the championship, Jay Shameless was so caught in his emotions. And the vengeance that he wanted to put on Evan, that he lost. What if he does the same here against Leo? Because we know Leo's smart enough to take advantage with mind games. We all know that. I don't know, but I think it's a close call, but I'm still gonna go with the Rockstar on this one.
I mean, it's not a horrible pick, but people disagree. What about you, VP?
Listen, you know, my prediction is, you know, Wolf, you bring up some very good statements about Jay Shameless, but you know what? We all have those off nights. You know what I'm saying? We all have those off nights.
Of course.
I honestly think it's going to be a gentleman's sweep. I think Shameless is going to win. He's going to bounce back, and he's going to do brighter things after this victory against the old man himself, Leo Jackson.
This the UP have to say.
Now, here's what I would say. I think Leo Jackson is going to, like I say, he gets the job done. And tonight, Jay Shameless is sent packing back to where he belongs. And that's back over the Golden Gates and out this company. Please give me a boost in pay, boss. But, ladies and gentlemen, how about we talk about our next match? The battle for not just a physical title, but also a title in name. The greatest flyweight champion of all time, as Aiden Elias, the Wonder Boy, take on the champion, the man who broke Kobe Dassel's records, Elijah Free Flow Stalks.
Gentlemen, I want to start this conversation if that's okay. We're about to see history. Scott, I think you were one of the more people, because I know Mr. Brennan was focused on other divisions. You and I have seen what Aiden Ariels can do at that flyweight championship. We know what he can do, Mr. Comeback Kid, as we would say. One thing that I can definitely say about this match is we're going to see some great action. But let me also add another thing on the line of greatest flyweight of all time. If Aiden loses, he can't challenge for that title anymore. But it doesn't matter who's champion, he can't go for the belt. This is final game because Aiden Ariels is desperate. We've never seen Aiden Ariels in this desperate of a situation tonight.
On that, I agree. And does that mean you're picking who we all think you're picking?
Well, when it comes to Mr. Free Flow, I love him. I love Free Flow Elijah Starks. But I have to agree with Aiden Ariels said, and I think Brandon and I were talking about this earlier. This is probably Elijah Stark's biggest test for the Flyweight Championship. You're going up against a guy who went through the stronghold first, almost survived, was holding 2 championships in 2 different divisions, and still being one of the best to ever do it. But also, people like to make the points of Aiden Ariels didn't have the competition until then. So you can put it in either boat, but you still got to give accolades for this respect for Aiden Ariels. But I don't know. I'm in a bit of a curveball here. What do you think, Brennan?
Listen, here's what I think. Wolf, we were talking about it earlier. You know what I'm saying? Both have a tremendous track record here. You know what I'm saying? And as you mentioned, Aiden Ariels is getting a little bit desperate now that he has nothing. We saw him a few months back with 2 championships, as you said, at 2 different divisions. You're only on top of your game for so long before somebody comes in and takes that away from you. Now, with Elijah, you can make arguments about the competition and everything like that within his flyweight division. You can make an argument, sure. Both of these kids are hungry. Both of these kids are eager to prove a point, but I honestly think Elijah Starks has a little bit more of an edge to him. It's always people comparing him to Kobe Dasher. You may have beaten his records, you may have done everything like that, but are you really, quote-unquote, better than that man himself? And I honestly think that if Elijah can prove it to everybody here tonight, I think that it's valuable reasons to compare him better than Kobe Dasher. If Elijah wins tonight, I would put him above Kobe Dasher, in all honesty. And you know what? I think Elijah's going to do it. This is Elijah's make-or-break moment. I think he is actually going to step up to the plate and he's going to knock it out of the park. He's going to walk away, not only still the champion, but with pride to know the fact that he is actually talked about within a positive mindset and not just, oh, you're the lesser of this person. Because deep down, that eats people alive. So I think Elijah Starks is going to do it.
I genuinely think that there's no bad guy in this situation because both of the crowd here, the people of the GGW universe, both love these men and love how driven they are to the competition. And you know what? As much as it's free flow, Elijah Starks, man, I get it. A part of me still thinks that Aiden Ariels is going to make this year unforgettable. I'm going to go with Aiden Ariels on this one. I want to hear your opinion, Scott. We kind of let you out of the ball. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. My answer for this one was always going to be clear, concise, and I'll give quick reason. It's going to be Aiden Ariels, and I'll give you the reason why. Elijah Starks needs to go on to do bigger and better things. He's starting to make a name for himself, and the flyweight division, it's a label. We know that not all people do well with labels on them. Not a lot of people do well with particular labels. However, Aiden Ariels has proved time and time again that when it comes to the label of flyweight champion, he can carry that. He can put it on his shoulder and he can take it farther. He can make it more important. I think that's what the flyweight division needs. Once again, it needs a champion that screams, this is my division. For me, as amazing as Elijah Starks has been, I wanted more. I wanted something different. It doesn't feel like he's a true blue flyweight. It feels like he can go and he can be wrestling people like hell. He can be wrestling people like Evan next week. I wouldn't be upset. I mean, Evan or Jason. Depending on how tomorrow night goes.
Of course.
But yeah, it's going to be Aiden Ariels.
Alright, let's move on.
Now, if you don't mind, hold on, I didn't get my chance.
Oh, I forget you're here
Well, you said
sometimes.
Aiden. Brandon, you said Elijah. Scott, you said Aiden, but you said Aiden with a interesting point. You pulled up labels. And let me talk to you about labels. Breakout Star of the Year. Rookie of the Year. These are labels that belong to Aiden Ariels and Elijah Starks respectfully. And nobody can take away that Elijah Starks made history by being the most successful flyweight champion of all time. But what you can't take away is when you walk in with that title already holding the Pale Heavyweight Championship, and you have the stronghold on your back throughout an entire summer, when you have your own mentor betraying you, stabbing you on your back, and then your own brother couldn't decide, what do you do besides walk away and walk? No, you stand on your own 10 feet and you be great. So if we want to talk about labels, the label we should be talking about is the fact that Aiden Elios is that guy. It is with that I say with full confidence, give me Elijah Stokes! Because Elijah Stokes is going to walk in here tonight and shock the entire world. Not only did he break the record set by Kobe, he's going to make Aiden Elios a memory of the past. A past division. Because we ain't just looking in the flyweight division. We're looking at the free flow division, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, then we don't need to yell, give me free flow, but you know what? We'll move on. Yeah, now you're coughing. You know, there's choices to be made, but that's okay. Moving on.
Up next, ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't say once in a lifetime, but a dream match of many. The Technical Assassin versus the Golden Ace. The Katama King. AJ Cannon, Cyril Lioba. You know, if you would have told me this was a Supremacy main event, I'd believe you.
You hit him first shot.
Well, I like my quick, concise answers and then follow-up reason. But I'll give reason, then my answer. When it comes to AJ Cannon and Shiro Ryoba, of course we know Cannon returned. I mean, it was very sudden. It was a bit unexpected. There's been, not necessarily question what he's capable of. We know what AJ Cannon's capable of. He accomplished so much in such little time. He was a big star. He went elsewhere, did great things elsewhere. And now it's a question of, well, he's a big star now. Now let's talk about someone who's been a big star, who's been a big deal and still is a big deal now. Not a upcoming star, is a superstar. And that's Shiro Ryoba. Shiro Ryoba has said it for a long time, even though sometimes he's went back on it. If he's wrestling, it should be for a world championship. And I feel like I could sit down and I can think for a minute. And I can't say the same about AJ Cannon, at least not right now. I can only see Shiro in one division, and that's why I'm going to go with Shiro Ryoba.
I can see that take. To be honest, I don't know what we're going to get out of these two. Because I'm either thinking it's going to go two directions. They're going to beat the hell out of each other for the love of the game. Or we're going to see a very scared, timid AJ Cannon because of everything he went through. Those are my only two choices in this matter. But it all comes out to the same outcome. Shiro has gone through so much this year. Fighting through hell and back to get chances. In my cold hard opinion, I don't think this is going to be an average Shiro battle. AJ Cannon's a different beast, let me tell you that. I've seen this guy since the beginning of the Stronghold, and this man was tag team champion, all the way to being pure champion. I think AJ Cannon is ready to make a statement, but I don't think he has the mature levels and experience to take that from Shiro Ryoba, and that's why I'm going to go with Shiro on this one.
Blaze, what are you going to say before I say my piece? What are you going to say? What's your opinion, Blaze?
Listen. One thought, two thought, red dot, blue dot. Give me AJ Cannon in 5.
I see.
Okay.
All right. all of you except for Blaze has brought up very good points about the potential outcomes of this match and what everybody's feeling. But listen, Scott, with all due respect, I think you're going to have to sit your ass back down somewhere else. Listen, from what we've seen, Shirioba, I think his ego is getting to him a little bit. These past few make-or-break performances, I still do not think he should be in that world title contender, and I think he needs to humble himself just a little bit. Alright? Man's gone through so much. Not even a therapist could help him with what the hell is going on here. And at the end of the day, yeah, AJ Cannon came back. We don't know exactly how AJ Cannon is going to do, especially after everything with Dubois and everything else in the mix. But in all honesty, you got a man who doesn't know exactly where he's at, where he thinks highly of himself despite everything that has gone on within these past few months, and even past few years, still not even being able to capture the gold that he's wanted to grab since this company started, versus a young kid who's back in this company, who has survived who knows what. You know what I'm saying? This kid's gonna be hungry. Cannon has that mindset of that killer attitude, and I honestly like to see it. And you know what? I think it's gonna be an upset. I honestly think Cannon is going to snap Shiro's arm. He's gonna snap something to Shiro, and Cannon's gonna walk away the victor.
Not the arm. Well, gentlemen, this one, I think actions speak louder than words with this one. How about we go with that one for this? How does that sound? On that?
Yeah.
Alright, then I think we have everything that has been told. So let's save ourselves here. And how about we go to main?
Yeah.
Of course.
Boys, you have anything to say real quick on the come-in? Because you always have something to say.
Listen. It's in my best interest that I know we all want to see Hollywood Hanson beat the living hell out of Joshua Blaze. But you gotta remember that Blaze is no stranger to these kinds of rules. Blaze, as a statistic, has had the most death matches in Extreme Rules matches out of anyone in GGW. He's wrestled in a Hell in a Cell in GGW, wrestled in Hell in a Cell in the EPW, has wrestled in steel cage matches, ladder matches, you've named it. Hollywood Hanson, to his resume, not so much. Blaze is no stranger to getting violent. And as Blaze has been saying over in the land of elevated pro wrestling, violence incites violence, and Blaze is no stranger to go eye for an eye, and at the end of the day, he's looking to make Hanson go blind. So it is with that I unfortunately have to say that the leader of the Illuminati, the modern messiah Joshua Blaze, may just come out here tonight with a victory.
You're blood relative, so you're allowed to throw things in the air.
I am in no way related to Joshua Blaze. My name is Jamal West Virginia.
Oh yeah, no, I was thinking about the other guy.
You look a little familiar, like I'm not.
You look like him, but if he actually wanted to make his hair black.
That's thanks to Kenji Blaze.
But listen, how much do you pay to say all that?
Yeah, why don't we talk about it?
$72,000 a year.
No. We mean with what you just said.
The Illuminati? Ah!
So,
okay, anyways, so we're all in agreement.
I'm starting to get really mad at that guy. Thank y'all. Seriously.
But just to make sure we're all clear, we know who the rightful winner should be in that
game,
yeah,
of course.
Okay.
I think we are all on the same wavelength.
Yeah, absolutely.
But can I start us off on the main event?
Yeah.
Oh God! Can we make sure? Can we make sure that I don't want to hear that bell. Please.
I'll say this. I'll say this, and I'll keep it brief. I'll keep it simple, like I have done this whole time. He's got to mercy kill this old man. We see how short that first match who Rockefeller was, and I think this is the first time that he's gotten irritated. We heard it a few weeks back. He was screaming that he's the one that makes the decisions, that Rockefeller isn't allowed to step back in the ring with him, and Rockefeller's the one against his wishes. And I think that I don't think that spells well for the Iron Man.
I disagree. Look, I might be scared shitless whenever I see that guy. I mean, I was absolutely terrified when he fought Stefan Woodley. But goddamn it, I love a fairy tale of a old vet coming back to make sure that he can show that he's still got it. I love those stories. I'm sorry, Scott. I know you're gonna think I'm delusional. I think these people got me. I think Jack Rockefeller is the guy to do it. I think the Iron Man, the man with the most iron in his body to take care of Dracula himself. I think he's going to walk in there, he's going to put on his boots, and he's going to wrestle that son of a bitch all the way to hell.
I mean, they're called fairy tales for a reason, until they can get proven. Our champions prove them time and time again, but that's your take. What about you, Matthews?
Listen, you guys both bring up some very good, interesting points. But, Wolf, I guess we're riding the Delulu train together because I'm picking Jack Rockefeller.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, listen, hear me out. From what I've noticed with how Rockefeller kept his composure, that man was given an opportunity to pick somebody else, and he said no, right to that man's face, without a flinch of his body. That cold stare right in his eyes, and said, "No, I want you." You gotta think about this for a moment. This is personal, man. He's been taking out the Stronghold members. He took out Kyle Hunter. We haven't seen AJ Cannon since, for months before he came back. You got to think about that psychologically. You know what I'm saying? As you said it best, I'm saying? This is a man made of iron. He's the Iron Man for a reason. The dude's been doing it for 34 years. You think he's going to stop now? I don't think there's going to be anything stopping him. In all honesty, I think this is going to be a murder. One of them is probably going to die. And I think the vampire is going to get that stake right through his heart, and Rockefeller is going to stand over him victorious.
I understand the perspective, truly, but when I think about capabilities and things of that nature, Wolf, you were there with me that night, weren't you? That Tommy 6 match? Do you full-heartedly think that Rockefeller can move and do the things that former King of Genesis champion Tommy 6 could do? You think he could put up that much punishment?
You want to know what I'm going to say?
What are you going to
Look, he might pop up in the crowd, might put me in the DNC for saying this. He didn't have the balls to kill him.
No matter how much he said it, that man has never had that much killer in his eyes when he looked him dead in his soul and saw how much deep void there was. But now, Dubois has met someone who's in that same level of calmness and void. I think Jack Rockefeller is going to rip the fangs off of that goddamn vampire. That's what I think. And I think, Scott, I'm gonna bet with you. If Jack Rockefeller loses, I give you every penny, every dollar, every bit of my money into your goddamn pocket.
Save
your money, damn it. I want the years.
You want the ears?
Yes.
You want me to? You want my ears?
Yeah, you will never wear them again in my presence.
You son of a bitch.
Oh! Ow! Why did you push him? What are you doing?
You're on. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a GGW Ragnarok pre-show. And we'll see you all coming on to the main card.
Motherfucker! Why are you doing that?
This is the theme song for the pay-per-view. Oh, you got it? Okay. Alrighty, put it on. You can't? Uh, put sweets first, cause Wolf, you're gonna have to do something, Wolf. Wolf, you're gonna have to do something, Wolf. Um, every single one of those videos you put, I'm gonna send you to a link. I'm gonna send you a link. Um, you're gonna convert them to MP4 files for Kobe, and then send them to what you can do a few. Yeah, they're all WOV files. Yeah. If you click on the arrow thing, you can log into your Google Drive and it'll auto update upload to your Google Drive, so you don't have to download it. That's not me. That's on the stream. Oh wow, it's that. Okay, so it's kind of delayed. Okay. You mean we put the stream up? You mean we put the stream up? Mm. Is the stream still not popping up? Yeah, I'm gonna re-put the stream back on, okay?